Okay, good evening everyone. This is Ken here. So in today's episode is for the modern MLM downlines community uh, to discuss with you about the how do we reduce cost in our MLM business. Okay, so let's begin with the on the considering when we are doing offline. So many people had came to me and actually debated about the well, it's actually not their fault, all right, because they have actually achieved good results when they started out doing offline in the MLM business, and despite that on and off their successes are inconsistent, they are still able to get sales, so they make money, and also they can sign up and sponsor new people into their team, right? So they deem this as something that they can hold on to and to carry it, carry them really far. However, ever since I've pivoted, into really come and learn, from the best of the best around the world in the MLM space, successful people, that actually strongly advocated and reminded me about why should we consider, seriously and sincerely about adopting and integrating online marketing strategies and tactics, including a must-have is like building and launching things like a sales funnel and a good digital marketing platform like ClickFunnels, all right, to integrate with my MLM business. Okay, now on that part, right, let's break this up and let's compare between using online marketing strategies, which involve using having sales funnels or lead generation funnels for us to generate new name lists, new database, new contact lists, right? It's the same as like what we are going to do with the offline, right? So what are the cost comparison? So many times that we are not really being reminded or even taught and consider that more awareness and sensitive about that. So many people focus on that, like is thinking of it as an expenditure when they try to pivot online for their MLM business. But guys, forget this. Does it mean that when you are doing the offline, that you are so-called having sales and making money, that have you ever considered the cost of doing that and subsequently leading up to that sales, leading up to signing up new potential downline into your team? What is the cost? Ever thought about that? Ever thought about that? Okay, now let's start off with the cost and the understanding about money that you are going to spend when you are doing offline. Okay, let me open this up for you to that you can do your math and you can calculate that is it really that is that cost efficient when you are actually doing offline, or you can actually lower down your cost when you actually pivot online. Okay, all right, now let's I'm a Singaporean. Okay, I'm based in Singapore. Okay, let's look at the Singapore context. Let's say you are very driven when you came onto when you embark on an MLM business opportunity, all right, and you want to drive this, so you look through all your name lists. Well, we all learn that, right, including myself when I first started out in 2015. So what do we learn? We make a name list, right, and then we call people up, make appointment, right? So, and then we are also reminded that we don't talk about our business or our product over the phone, right? Because the probability of having that closing, having that sign up is when we have a face-to-face interaction, right? Am I right to say that? This is what we thought, isn't it? So in a Singapore context, in fact in everywhere in the world, because I get to travel around before the the COVID-19 shut down the borders that I cannot travel to develop other markets, right? So when we are when we are going out to make appointment with people, right? Isn't this going to cost us money, right? These are expenditure, isn't it? It's not free. Why do I say that? Let's say, for example, in a Singapore context, okay, let's say I successfully make one appointment. Is it not so that I'm going to meet the person in a public place, right? So if I'm meeting in a public place, it's unlikely that I'm going to meet the person in a park, right, or a garden, whereby this is a free environment, right? Okay, but actually it's not free, right? I have to travel there, right? Either I'm driving, right, or either I have to I take public transport, right? All this is going to cost me money, isn't it? Right? Have you considered that? Right? So these are not free. So let's say then finally we sit down with the person. So isn't it there will be some place where we're going to have drinks, right? At minimum, right? So it's some kind of cafe, some kind of coffee shop, whatever, So not considering that you have to treat your prospects to a drink. Okay, let's say the cost is entirely on yourself for making the appointment and you meet up with people, right? So in a Singapore context, it's not cheap either. So one appointment, let's say, it comes down to including your travel expenses, whether you're driving or taking public transport. Let's say your ballpark number of $10, one appointment, and you are so driven that every day you set yourself a goal that I'm going to make 5 appointments. Okay, 5 appointments. So meaning to say that, and let's ask ourselves this: in one appointment, how much time we are going to spend to sit down with people to converse about our business proposition and including our product propositions coming from our MLM, right? Okay, so let's say it's 2 hours. Okay, so how about you are very driven, you are very hardworking, and you make appointments, say, I make 5 appointments. So 5 appointments, 1 appointment is 2 hours, so it comes up to 10 hours already, right? So it's already very productive, isn't it? Right? In most people's level of productivity every day. We are talking about every day, not just one day. Huh? So it's 5 appointments one day. 1 appointment spend $10, and you spend 10 hours already. Okay, and you have to repeat your conversation over and over again 5 times in a day. So you spend 10 hours. Okay, so you're going to spend $50. So let's say the next day you can replicate the same kind of level of performance, same level of performance. You are able to be so lucky that you got a long list of people that you can make appointment with. Okay, and the next day you can make from different appointments again. So you got 10 appointments, you make 10 appointments. So you spend another $50, isn't it? And then you spend 20 hours already. So third day you did the same thing. You meet up with 15 different people. Now the third day, 5 times, okay, multiple of 5, right? And you spend another $50. So now you spend 30 hours already for 3 days. So let's assume ideally, okay, ballpark, which I know it's just a perfect scenario, it's not going to happen, isn't it? And we're only talking about you doing that. Okay? So having said that, right? Let's assume, ideal case, you are so fantastic. You make appointment every day, 5 appointments. So by the time 30 days in a month, you never take any rest. You're very diligent, you're very driven. Okay? So 5 appointments, 30 days. That means what? You have gone through 150 people. Okay? And I'm assuming that you don't repeat. You don't repeat at all. Okay? Now tell me, what is the likelihood that you have 150 appointments that you won't be repeating? You know yourself. If you have you have done some actually involved in the MLM business, right? That's very tough. It's not easy. Okay, it's not easy. Sorry, it's a mosquito. Okay, my apologies. Let's continue. So think about that. So 5 appointments. So you met up with 150 people, and you spend $10 each appointment. That means what? You already spent $1,500 for your expenses in meeting the 150 people. That's cost to you, isn't it? Now let's consider another cost. How about the time? How about time? Right? 2 hours, 10 hours a day. Right? So by the time it's 30 days, you spend literally working in your MLM business, in your MLM, not on, because you're not using a system. You're repeating 150 conversations over 300 hours just to meet up with 150 people. And I haven't talked about you actually doing a sales yet, a closing or a sign up. Think about that. Right? And it's very likely, what we all used to learn, right, is that talk to anyone that has a heartbeat. Right? So your 150 name list, right, most likely, they are not the targeted people too. Right? So you are just going there to kind of gain experience, practice, and also hopefully that you get some sign up and some sales. Isn't it also? Because the truth is, these 150 people is most likely the people that you know first, right? Because this is what we learn, isn't it, in an offline context? Think about that. So you spend 1,500 in a month just meeting 150 people, and you spend 300 hours repeating your conversation every 2 hours every day. So let's slow this one down and think very carefully. Okay, is that the only way? Can we be more efficient with our money as well as our time? Have you ever thought about that? Because time and again, many people ask me this question. Hey, when you come online, we also encourage to do online advertising, right? And the platform that need to host, things like a sales funnel, it's not free. You have to pay money, right? So think about that. Okay, yes, fair enough. There's a cost, no problem. But it's not some obscene cost like $1,500. No, it's less than $100. Okay, even you plan to do email marketing with the email hosting platform. It's about just $25. Right? However, it's hosted for 1 month and it's automatic. Think about it. Okay, but nonetheless, coming back to this cost and probably in this video, I will not discuss intensively about the time. But let's talk about the cost. Now, on the other hand, let's say there's someone like me totally see this through after I make my calculation about money. Okay, so let's say I take some of the money away, okay, in that month to invest in finding quality leads, targeted audience that are interested in my MLM products as well as my MLM business. Let's say among the $1,500, right? I split it, I know the value of online marketing, so I apply it. So every day, because I'm just starting out and pivoting, right? So I will not totally forgo my offline way of running my MLM business, right? So I will set aside the time to go out again, like the offline way to make appointment face to face, of course, no problem. Okay. However, I will invest my first 2 hours after I woken up, before I went out for my first appointment. I invest 2 hours, okay, to apply online marketing. For example, I can put in, launch my online ads. And online ads platforms are so powerful that they can find for me by gender, okay, by the age group, by the things like say what are their interests, even their background, and many aspects. That means they are very targeted because of the powerful database that are collected by all these social media platforms, whether it's Facebook or even whether it's YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it. Okay, this is why this is so amazing. If you really study it, you will come to realize that without any doubt. Okay. Alright, so thinking about that, let's say among the 1,500, anyway I'm going to spend, let's say I set aside $300. Okay, and I set up 2 hours every day to go into doing my online marketing, applying online marketing. So I just spend 2 hours before I start the day for my offline appointment, right? Every day for 30 days. Okay, 2 hours. Then I set aside, say $300. I split them up into 2. $150 goes to finding targeted audience for, interested in the products, and $150 on interested in business opportunities. So, are you aware that just based on $5 alone, do you know, let's take for example social media like Facebook, do you know that my content, whether is it MLM products or MLM business opportunities, do you know in one day, just based on $5, how many people they will send this information and it's automatic without your presence to reach out to people in a day? Okay, make a wild guess, think about this. Okay, it's not 5, it's not 10. It's way more than that. It's a minimum of, I would dare to tell you, it's more than 50 or even 100. Depends on which region you actually put into. Okay, so just $5. Alright, so are you aware that? So let's say it's $150. Do you know you can reach at least minimum a 4-figure of potential, more targeted audience? 4-figure means 1,000 and above people that you reach, in 1 month. I'm very conservative already when I say that. Okay, ask yourself this. You took 1 whole month to only meet up with 150 people and need to spend $1,500. But with $150, you can reach 4-figure and they are targeted people. And comparing, apple to apple, right? So none of these have closing yet. But look at the attention that you are getting from some more is filtered out targeted people for you by the social media platform because of you pay them the money and of course you let them know what are the conditions, what kind of people you are looking for. So comparing the two, 150 people and say minimum ballpark number in one month, 1,000 people you reach. Which one is actually more efficient and actually more productive? And don't forget, in the online environment context, right, you are not there to repeat the conversation 1,000 times. You only record 1 time, post it, launch it, okay? And then it runs 24/7 for you. And you can even set the timing that when you allow the social media platform to showcase your content. It's not like every hour, you don't have to, if you don't want to. Think about that. Which one is more efficient, you see? Now, sometimes you cannot help it that you're talking about the efficiency, right? Now, between money and time, right, we have to lump this together. But nonetheless, I try as much as possible to let you look at it from another angle. So, from the money point of view, your capital, your expenses, okay? I haven't covered the part whereby you can, include your sales funnels using a digital marketing platform. I'm looking at the online advertising. Okay, think about this. Okay, so you enjoy automation, right? You enjoy efficiency definitely because it's run by a system, right? So because of that, easily you're more productive with your money, correct? So think about that. So now coming back to the offline again. So let's say you are so amazing that you roll this out into the second month. Again, you meet up with 150 people. That's simply very tough. And you did not repeat meeting the same people. You do it, although it's another 150 appointments, but you meet up with another 150 people that are different from the first month. So you got 300 people different, repeating the conversation now 300 times. 2 hours each appointment, 10 hours every day. And your expenses is again another 1,500, right? Okay, you are already amazing already. So coming to the third month, you are Superman. You repeat this again, another 150 new names. Okay, and you can get from your warm market, you are very fantastic already. Okay, but it's very unlikely. Okay, it's very unlikely. But nonetheless, I'm giving you an ideal scenario. Okay, because I've been posed this question so many times that I'm very blown away that nobody can. I mean, people who post that, they didn't really do some deep thinking here because it's so simple to answer that. If you really take a moment and consider this, you will discover this without even me explaining this to you. Okay, so and why? When I break this up for you to see that, okay, in 3 months you meet up with 450 different people, so you spend altogether how many hours? 300 hours in 1 month, right? So you already spend 900 hours just only meeting up with 450 people. And total you spend in 3 months is $4,500. Do you know in $4,500 how many people I can tell you can reach 6 figures? Which if you are doing this in an offline way, you can never ever have that kind of someone is targeted audience. Okay, offline way is not exactly targeted. You are just talking to someone with a heartbeat. That's all. So that's why there is a lot of rejections, isn't it? Okay, so in this video I will not try to I try to simplify it. Okay, now it's already over 20 minutes. Right? So think about it. So are we really in the internet marketing thriving times, right? Are we really being wise here to ignore totally about really, integrating sincerely and wholeheartedly using an online marketing strategies and tactics in building and scaling our MLM business, especially on generating leads? Okay, so in any business, no leads, that means lesser probability of sales. So no leads, no sales, the business die. Plain and simple, nothing to argue about. Okay, nothing to argue about. Without consistent leads, okay, that means what? The probability of actually engaging the leads to talk about the product and end up with a closing is even lesser, isn't it? Right? So no consistent huge amount of leads, that means what? No sales. So both of these don't have, you can't sustain, right? So the business will sure collapse. Not just in MLM business, in any businesses at all. Right? So the fundamental is what? We must master lead generation. Okay, we must master lead generation. And how else can we scale it? if we do not know how to leverage in the internet marketing thriving times, right, on using digital system to help us. For example, you know, like online advertising is one of them, right? Is leveraging on the system to run 24/7 for us. And before that, recording a video like this and knowing how to craft our message and our offer in the video, right? It runs 24/7 on us for us too, organically, without us paying the money. It's posted somewhere for people to engage while we are sleeping, right? While we are moving around or doing something else. Isn't it not so? Isn't it? It's the meaning of leverage as what we are attracted to do, coming into embarking on an MLM business, isn't it? We are attracted because we can leverage, right? We understood the concept leverage to create long-term asset form of income by building our MLM business, isn't it not so? So think about it. So it's a very simple way, right? You'll come to realize, there will be a lot of aha moment, right? I hope my video does help you to wake up and have that aha moment. Yeah, if I channel that part, before, I got a very, I'm very good with my online marketing, right? By setting up the system, right? So I set aside a time for that before I went out to go and do my offline appointment, right? So think about that. I started out my day with, launching my ads, launching my videos online and doing all that, 24/7 for me. And by the way, let's not forget this. The moment when you launch your ads or the moment you launch a video online, you no longer need to repeat this process so often like you need to do for the offline. That kind of diligence is channeled somewhere else. You don't need to do that because when you launch your ads, right, literally, okay, through your smartphone you can monitor the performance already. You don't really need anything else, okay? And then on top of that is that you don't need to work on your ads every day. You don't have to. Monitoring just take you minutes only. You take a look at how is it doing, whether should you continue or should you make some adjustment, that's all. Okay, so you have the convenience of using just your device, this device here. Right, this device, yes, this device here, that's all. And read, okay, because they will give you updates. How are you doing? How are you performing? Think about that. Okay, and you don't have to repeat your messaging. No need, because it's recorded now, it's left online for people to engage while you're away doing something else. You can continue, alright, to the remaining hours that you can, combine with your offline, right? But definitely isn't it not so? There's nothing to debate about here that you will be more productive. You will invest your time and money into the, in a majority part of it, in leveraging on the digital system, leveraging on internet marketing, okay, isn't it not so? So it's quite straightforward, isn't it? So I hope my video helped you, to think deeper. So in another video, so today is episode 7, okay, I share with you about, how to reduce the cost, right? So when you channel your cost from offline cost, for example, I give you that in the environment of Singapore context, right, you spend 1,500, in 1 month for 150 appointments, including your travel expenses and all that, right? But you take a part of it, say 10-20% of it, you invested that money in the digital system, for example, like online advertising, or for example, a digital marketing platform to host your funnels to generate leads for you, and it's targeted and automated, right? So when you do that, right, you take out 20% of the cost, right, from the 1,500, right, because of the amazing, the speed up way of and more targeted way, automatic way to give you the leads generation, right? So isn't it at 1,500, you don't really need to put aside that kind of money to go for the offline appointment anymore. You can greatly reduce, right? You can really reduce it. Say let's remove another $500 from this. Okay, say 1,000. So say $300 go to my my online marketing cost, and say the remaining $700 for me to continue as when needed for my offline appointment. Okay. Now in a Singapore context, right, we have movement restriction, we have social gathering restriction, right? So now making appointment is not possible at all. Meeting face to face, however, if you really have take to heart that looking ahead, right, to prevent this kind of inconvenience from not able to meet face to face, but you invest time to learn, and then you set it up, online marketing, to integrate with your MLM business, right? Then you will have that kind of convenience, okay? Because you are gaining experiences, gaining wisdom about this, you're gaining traction to produce the result eventually, isn't it? So with that, right, you reduce your marketing costs. And in fact, the movement restriction help us, because we are forced to stay at home because of this health crisis, right? So we cannot go out and spend, right? So we are forced to reflect that the old ways of doing things, like, are they really good for us long term, right? If in the past, before 1990s, there's no, a huge trend for internet marketing, right? Then we have the excuses to look the other way. But now, right now, it's such a big opportunity. We have no more excuses say that we don't have the tools and the opportunity anymore, isn't it? Correct? So I hope my video helped you to really, really think deeper now about, how can we, in a times like this, right, what are the ways that we can become more efficient to produce, because efficiency brings productivity, right? So they work hand in hand. And because of efficiency, isn't it not true that the cost of running our MLM business will go down, isn't it? Okay, right? As compared to, in the good old days, right? Alright? So sometimes, and many times in fact, doesn't mean that you are actually physically walking around. That means you are really busy and doing the real work in building your MLM business. No. Working on your mobile devices, like me, right now I'm working, isn't it? Right? But I just record one time. to do this episode. Okay. However, this thing posted into my YouTube channel, it will be discovered over and over again, sending this message, and of course, I will have some links below for people to sign up and connect with me or whatever. It can be done. So of course, I'm not covering this, in detail in this video, right? However, the video will forever be doing this messaging. It'll be forever doing this talking for me. Now, before I recorded this video, right? In fact, I watched one of somebody that I look up to and learn from when I first started out. Before I had the confidence, because he's in the same brand as me, he's from Taiwan, and he did it. So when I look back at his video, this video he made for, it's about 4 to 5 years ago. Okay, do you know his viewership for that video about MLM topic, right? He covered something like what I'm talking to you right now about how to reduce the cost. His viewership is like 51,000 views. See, think about this. If he had done offline way, even he hosts an event live, right? How many people can he gather? And how much money he got to book down the place before he can reach out to this kind of people, isn't it? But because he put that video of 15 minutes or even 30 minutes, right? This video message with a lot of values to learn for a lot of MLM people is discovered over and over again automatically, right? So let's say if somebody like me, I'm interested, right? And there's some way to sign up with him, right? How can I just sign up below the video? Because you can facilitate that, pardon me, right? And it's done automatically. And in fact, this is how I get started anyway. So when this online mentor of mine from Taiwan, I first learned about that, right? So he actually promote about ClickFunnels, the digital marketing platform for hosting sales funnel for lead generation too. I signed up using his link. So I have my own team, so it's unlikely that I will join him, right? But because of that, he knows in depth about how to apply online marketing strategies and tactics, right? So that means he have a chance to make business with me now. We have a collaboration here, right? So if good old days, right? If we are from different teams, we'll never have a chance that we can make business, right? Think about this. So isn't it wonderful that another door opened up for him because he applied online marketing strategies and tactics? Okay, so I sincerely hope that you really take a moment to sit down and think about that it's really time to change. You will stand more to gain rather than to lose, because online marketing is actually an evergreen business skills. Okay, so I strongly encourage you really to invest time and money, and do not wait any longer. Okay, start right away if you haven't started. And if you are in the MLM business, if you think that this video will help you, right, and you want to take this to another level, however you're not getting that kind of positive support from where you're from, right, by all means, you're most welcome to connect with me, because around this video there will be plenty of ways that you can reach out to me, whether it's by email, or either through my several social media channels, or even through my leads generation funnels or things like that, whereby you're going to enjoy some free course, on this subject that I put up, for you to, actually expose yourself further on the online marketing subject for your MLM business. Alright, so I welcome you. I'm a founder of this modern MLM Downlines community in Southeast Asia. Okay, that we are creating a movement here. So if you are the little guys and then you are struggling, and then you deep down inside and you have to change, and you know that you have to grab the opportunity to leverage strongly on the online marketing, right? Okay, like building sales funnels, building leads generation funnels to help you generate online consistent leads and generate sales, right? Do come forward and connect with us, with me. Okay, we are creating a movement here to revolutionize the broken out of the box of old MLM ways of running the MLM business. Okay, alright. So I hope you are with me. So wait no longer. Okay, if you like this video, okay, do remember to smash the like button. And if you're watching this from my YouTube channel, do remember to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. So today I spent about 40 minutes already to explain to you about the concept. Why is it so really more productive, more efficient? So there's nothing wrong with adopting a more efficient way to run your MLM business, especially when you want to go big and scale. Okay, so this is episode 7 on how to reduce your cost in your building your MLM business, coming on pivoting from offline to online. Right, you definitely can do that. Alright, so I will see you in the next episode 8. Okay, have a good night. Bye bye.